by Wearable Fandom. This is Where Mighty Things, episode 77. We are here live on June 25th. It's a podcast all about the Roosevelt's brand and community. Fandom, fashion, and friends is what we're all about here on Where Mighty Things. If that sounds like fun to you, well, you've come to the right place. To receive all of our content updates, please subscribe, ring that bell to get notifications on all of our content as it releases. It is I, once again, the captain, coach, co-host Ron DePody, here to put out a 1077 due to the void of my Mr. Dustin. But I cannot fight this blaze alone. I am joined once again by the smoldering New Yorker himself, Mr. Staten Island, John Madigan. Johnny, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Doing well. It's been a good week. You know, we're pushing right along, getting towards the dry holiday and whatnot. So I cannot complain right now.
We have a lot of people in the chat just right out the gate. Kind of crazy.
It is crazy. It is
already. We got to give a shout out.
Let's hit this real quick. We already got Danimal here. We got Daniel Perez. This is my friends. Christopher, hola. Ricky, what's up, nerds?
Gary,
we got Gary and Debbie checking in. A guy named Ron DePody is up in there. He's saying hi. We got Ryan saying what's up. Ryan, he's right. He's actually coming to visit me here in a few weeks. I'll see him. I'll get back from a trip to upstate New York, and he's going to be in Denver, so we're going to get together. So, Ryan, it'll be great to see you. All right, Jay Calican.
Best tattoo artist in New York.
Nice.
My guy, best tattoo artist in New York, baby.
That's what I'm thinking. Edgar says, "What's up? Hello, everybody." So we got a packed house, man. This is impressive. I'm feeling pretty good about that. We're under pressure today, man.
Always happy to see everybody. Love everybody in that chat. This is always awesome. You guys are the best. You guys are the best for showing up. You guys are really awesome.
Well, let's start right out of the gate, buddy. As always, what are you wearing today?
I am wearing, this is the Toy Story Seersucker. I figured we have the movie just came out. Toy Story 5 just came out. I just wanted to go see it. I'm here and I want to celebrate it. So I threw on one of my favorite Seersuckers and always get lots of love and lots of compliments on that. So I threw that on. But you were wearing something else even more significant for today.
A little timely as well. Our boy Josh Elbrecht is hosting the 3rd annual Milwaukee meetup this week. This is actually the Hoan Bridge Summerfest 2025 shirt that they put out last year. Josh helped them work on this and get this for the first time last year. Their meetup starts today. They'll go all weekend. They've got some brewery hopping. They've got some concerts there at the Summerfest, and they've got another exclusive shirt that'll be available that I think was created by our boy Forrest Davis again. So he's pretty sure I saw that he's behind that, and I saw a picture of it. It looks absolutely phenomenal. So good for him. He's always great, and he's always doing good things. Well, and Josh is known to put on a pretty good meetup, so very excited for him. They always get a good turnout up there, so looking forward to seeing the pictures and going through the FOMO, watching everybody do their thing this weekend.
Definitely, I definitely can't wait to see all the pictures and videos. I definitely wish I was there, but definitely, Josh is definitely known to throw a good party and. And there'll be lots of FOMO this weekend.
It's always great to see people traveling around to see each other and whatnot. I was actually very fortunate. Matt Pugsley and his family rolled through Denver for a couple days, and I was able to. My family and I were able to go hang out with him and his family at the Denver Zoo. Had them over for dinner. Our kids got along, played. Had a great time. Somebody that I had interacted with on. Insiders for the last several years and in chats and whatnot. And then, to be able to spend a day, hang out, have our families connect and hit it off, it's always great. So, like we always say, take that chance, get out, see who's in the area that you're rolling through, see where the meetups are at, get out there, take the chance, meet some people. It's definitely, once you start doing that, it's way more about the people than the shirts.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's been about the people for me for a long time now, way more than the shirts. Every so often I'll see something like is absolutely neat and I got to grab it. But at the end of the day, you go to these meetups to see everybody and be with everybody and hang out. And that's it's the best. I really, I just enjoy seeing everybody and seeing my friends, and I wish I could see them more. It's always a good time.
Yeah, I mean that's always the thing is that, and I'm always impressed at the people who can see people more often and get out. I wish I could travel as much as some of the insiders. And speaking,
I know there are some people they travel literally all over. It's like they feel like they're at every stop. It's if it's just I don't know how they're able to do it. I wish I was that fortunate, and it's just not a thing. I just wish I was able to do it. It's what are you going to do? One day, though. Hopefully one day.
Speaking of traveling too much, though, I mean, conspicuous by his absence once again, Dustin is clearly not here. I mean, I feel we've had a bit of an upgrade, but it's just me being biased. Have you heard from our fearless leader at all? Do you know what he's up to at this point?
He has sent me some pictures. They were a little X-rated, so I can't post them here. But he sent me a couple of pictures from his trip on some of the wild excursions and things that he's been up to. And yeah, it's a little out there. And I'm surprised that he's openly. Oh, what's going on, baby? Did you hear that? It was going. It's okay. Breathe through your mouth. Okay.
It's all the excitement of being on live YouTube right now. So
of course. Yeah, no, she loves being out here with everybody. But no, I've heard from Dustin a little bit here from there. He's he's doing all right, and I know he's busy doing his thing. But yeah, he goes on some wild quests, some wild side quests that it's not exactly for me, but I'm happy for him.
well, he's out there fandom traveling around, having meetups of his own. I'm just keeping the seat warm. He'll be back next week. But speaking of some meetups, and I kind of wanted to throw this out there, kind of in Colorado, we've got our Colorado Canoe Club, and Saturday is actually our monthly meetup. We're meeting up at a place called One Up Arcade Bar up in Westminster.
I've heard of them. Is that a chain? Do they have them?
They've got around? Several in the Denver area. I don't know if they've stretched outside of Denver yet. But I know we've got 3 or 4 of them around here.
Okay.
And, it's arcade games and pinball machines, and they serve some food and whatnot. So we're meeting up at 11 o'clock Mountain Time. So if anybody on here is in the area, come hang out with us on Saturday. We get a group. We've got over 100 in our club now, but we usually get anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 depending on what meetup on our monthly meetups. So just come hang out, make new friends, talk church, and this time we'll be playing some video games while we're at it. So
sounds like a good time.
It's a lot of fun. And then also this weekend, along with that and along with the Milwaukee meetup, is the sign up for the Insiders calendar.
Yes.
I don't know about you. I've been in the calendar. I've been fortunate enough to get a date every year so far. How about you? What's been your luck with the calendar?
I don't think I wasn't in it the very first year that they did it, but every year since then, the very first year they did it initially, it was an insider project. They did it completely at HQ. Now it gets sold on the website. But that very first year where they did it themselves, they made it themselves, and then they took deposits to reserve your name in there. And it was Zach Sminsky that had all the calendars shipped out to his house. And I believe he shipped them out one by one, like packaged them up and shipped them out one by one, and really put in a lot of work for that. That one I don't think I took part in, but every year since then, knock on wood, I've gotten my calendar, I've gotten my date, and hopefully that will continue to happen. But we will see with the luck of the drawer. I know that the dates go very quick. Those dates will be gone in minutes.
Yeah,
it's literally like a drop zone.
I was gonna say it's quite literally like a drop zone. You got to get on there within the first 5 minutes. Like the thing is gone, filled up, or at least all the dates that you want, and then they go through some back and forth, kind of filling in maybe 1 or 2 here that they still have kind of out there. It's been a passion project of Zach's and Joe Fro. I think this is I think this year was the 5th year, and this will be the 6th year coming up. and now they work, like you said, with HQ on it to get it produced and then sell it and send it out through the website. I will say the lucky thing for anybody who buys it through the website is your coupon codes work on it if you want to go that route. But if anybody watching hasn't done it before, they've got like a event page off of Insiders for the calendar, and yeah, they'll do it. I think it's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. on Sunday. So it'll be 2 p.m. out here with me, where they'll release the initial signups, and then within it's like a 2-3 week period, they'll ask you some information that they're going to put in the calendar. They'll ask you to submit a photo to get on the calendar, and it's a fun process. What date do you target? Do you have a specific date you like to try and get?
I get my birthday. I get I get July 15th. That's my birthday, and no, of course I get, if I can get that date, that's the date I'm going for. It's the date I've gotten that same date every year. So
I did that the first couple years. It's because my birthday is May the 4th. So no better, right? That's a pretty badass birthday for an insider and a Star Wars fan to have. So I would try and target that, and me and the kids would try and make Star Wars related pictures and stuff. And then I decided that I felt kind of bad just getting the same one every year. So one year I did Megan and my anniversary, which is July 7th or July 14th, and I get that one wrong. And then the last couple of years, what I've done is last year I did. Because I knew I was going to be out at WrestleMania, I did the first day of the weekend that WrestleMania was on. So the kids and I came up with a wrestling theme for that. And then this year, I was supposed to be the first day of SummerSlam in August, which was supposed to be at the end of August. And after they did all the submittals, they moved the date of SummerSlam up to the beginning of August.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to have this random picture at the end of August on a Saturday and at the end of August. That's a wrestling picture that has nothing to do with what's going on that
day. Well, that's still a good time. And I see we have Tonga in the chat who put down he was also getting his anniversary. He's going to be working when the drop happens, but I guess he's going to have his wife do it. But he put down that he gets their anniversary, and I think that's really awesome. And Gary and Debbie, they get their anniversary as well. That's nice when you're a couple and you're able to get that and share your love in the calendar. I love that. I think that's sweet.
Yeah, I think that might be what I'm targeting this year. I'll look into it. I think the picture we're going to use, I've actually posted before. We've got one of the whole family, all 5 of us. Megan's not a huge Roosevelt. She doesn't wear them. She only owns one at this point because she got rid of her cruise tux. But the one that she did keep that I got her she's a huge Muppet fan, so she's got the Swedish Chef shirt from Stage 9, and all 5 of us have that. So there's a picture of us all wearing that with a stuffed Swedish Chef. So I'll probably try and get our anniversary for next year and have a full family photo of everybody in the family actually wearing a Roosevelt's, which is a rare occasion around here.
No, I'm sure. But that's nice that you get the whole family involved in it, and you guys can do that together. I think that's sweet.
It'll be a lot of fun, but hope everybody wish everybody good luck on trying to get those dates and going through that process. It's pretty crazy. And then, other things going on this week or coming up. Obviously, 4th of July holiday is right around the corner, and it's going to be exciting. And I'm actually pretty excited. I'm going to be out in Western New York in Rochester, where I grew up. I fly out next Tuesday. I'm going to be out there. I'm actually going to hopefully meet up with some of the Rochester and Buffalo area insiders while I'm out there.
Nice. Shout out to Brian Lawns.
Yeah, exactly. Brian and
Chris Ross.
Chris Ross, and I'm hoping Rob Richardson's out that way. Rob and I actually went to high school together. So we're trying to get a few people together over the days, whether it's all together or it's just kind of here or there. It'll be nice to kind of see.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's always nice to see everybody.
It's just gonna be fun to be home. I haven't been back out to New York since 2019, pre-pandemic. So it'll be nice to be home for a bit and see the sights and show the kids around again and be a New Yorker for a bit. So
you're kind of all the way up. You're more towards Canada, if I'm not mistaken. I
we're,
mean,
we're
but
on
I
we're
guess.
on Lake Ontario.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
It's
fun,
funny,
eh?
and you know this, being a New Yorker yourself. And everybody, if you say you're from New York, everybody gets lumped into being from New York City, and it's two different worlds, and actually even more than that.
Very.
When you go all around the state of New York, and being a Western New Yorker, I growing up, I never went to the city. Like it's like a 6-7 hour drive from.
It's a hike, right? It's a hike from where you were.
So we didn't go to the city. I didn't go to New York City until I was in college, and I flew out there with some friends, it's just crazy to think. We're not all New Yorkers, and it's just funny, that perception, because you're from the area, that's what they think and what they you all just kind of get pigeonholed in it. As somebody from the actual New York City area, what's your guys' thoughts on people from outside of the area? Like, does it drive you crazy that everybody kind of gets lumped in with you?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah. Listen, if you're not from Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, or Manhattan, that's just you're just like, the rest of it is a completely different world. Like, I don't like, it's a little, it's different. You were when you're in Rochester, which I've spent a considerable amount of time in Rochester, because I had a friend who lived up there, so I would go up there and I'd spend time over there, and it is nowhere. It's countryside. It's completely different from the way people are and the way people act, and like the attitude of a New Yorker. So I think it's a complete 180, and I don't think it's fair to put the two in the same box just because they're all part of the same state. It's a huge state, and I think there's enough differentials.
Yeah, I don't disagree. We are getting some shout outs though. Tom is shouting out my hat, Darien Lake. There's actually there is a Darien Lake, but for most of us in Western New York, there's an amusement park owned by Six Flags now that used to be like the place to go to as a kid during the summer. We would always go and actually camp on the campground. So Tom calling that one out. We got Gary saying that Cat's Deli in New York was his first deli as a kid in the 50s. Love to go back.
Wow.
We got one of my little ones, Xander, my 14-year-old, is apparently watching. It says Rochester has some good food. The garbage plates. Have you ever had a garbage plate there?
I have. Yeah, I was told it was a rite of passage when I went up there. Yes, I did have a garbage plate. I was definitely surprised from that. But yes, definitely had a garbage plate.
We got Danimal saying his corporate offices are in Rochester. We got Big Gabe up in the house. Better late than never, Gabe. We see how it is. We got Cal Kane saying same with Long Island. So yeah, no, it'll be fun to be back out there, and we'll have a little bit more coming back on talking about New York here in a little bit. We got a top 10 coming up that I've procured for you.
Oh boy.
So we'll get to that, but before then, 4th of July plans. I know you guys will probably cover this a little bit next week. What kind of traditions, or what do you typically like to do 4th of July?
So 4th of July, it's interesting. Growing up, we never really did much. My family just never really did anything. We just kind of treated another day, and we would watch the fireworks, the Macy's fireworks on TV. And I'm actually, so I'm blessed for good friends, and I would say last year was really my first 4th of July. When I was married, on 4th of July, we would literally drive around and just go see everybody doing fireworks and whatnot. Fireworks are illegal here in New York City, so we never actually did them ourselves. But people would bring them in from Pennsylvania, and they'd shoot them off, and we'd watch that. We'd drive around, we see that, we get some dinner, we eat in our car, and drive around and see the fireworks, and that was always kind of nice. And then last year, I went out to Arian and Austin's house, and actually got to shoot off some of my own. Austin picked them up, and so I got to actually shoot off fireworks for the first time ever in my entire life. And Austin barbecued, and they had a couple of people over, and I'm grateful to have been invited to that. And then this year, I'm throwing my own barbecue.
Nice.
I actually don't know how to barbecue. In fact, I don't even own a barbecue. I just bought one. It's coming, and Austin's going to come over and put it together, and he's going to teach me how to barbecue. But we're going to have some friends over, have some people over, and we're going to barbecue in the backyard, put out some music, and we have cornhole, and we're going to watch the fireworks. I have a nice big backyard with like some string lights and whatnot, and we'll watch the fireworks from there. And
Austin seems like the right guy to learn to barbecue and stuff from. I know he's originally from the South, right? And so like I
definitely.
I can see him having his techniques and knowing how to throw a good barbecue.
Oh, definitely. No, I've been over his house for barbecues before, and he definitely knows what he's doing. I've made it extremely clear that I don't know shit. My dad never taught me how to barbecue, and frankly, he wasn't good at it to begin with. So he's going to teach me, and so I'm grateful for him, showing me the ropes and teaching me how to do this so that I can continue to do it. But he's going to barbecue on 4th of July so that we actually have good food, because if I do it, I'm either going to burn everything or make everything nice and raw. And so I'm looking forward to finally learning how to barbecue, and my grill should be here tomorrow. And
nice.
Yeah, it'll be exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, we would always throw big barbecues and whatnot, and like even with my family living more in the city, my immediate family being more in the actual city of Rochester, we'd go out to our family like in Holly and Brockport and stuff, kind of more in the rural areas, kind of around Rochester and in the burbs around Rochester, and throw barbecues and whatnot. For us, we would go to Canada to get our fireworks. So you'd roll up into like Niagara Falls and load them up and then get them back across the border. And funny story about that, we were my mom and stepdad had just gotten married and went up to Niagara Falls and into they have a big water, it's kind of like SeaWorld up there, but they got a place called Marineland that we would go to. So we did that, kind of as their honeymoon, I guess you could say. And when we were up there, they loaded up on some fireworks, and my dad took off the side panels of his. He had a Dodge Ram truck with a cab, and so he thought he was being smooth, and he took off the side panels and he layered all the fireworks inside the panels of the truck, put them back on.
Oh, dear goodness gracious!
And so then we're driving back across the border, and I was probably 6 or 7. So my sister was like 3 or 4, and we get to customs, and they ask him what they have to declare as we're coming back, and my mom's like, oh yeah, just some souvenirs from Marineland and Niagara Falls and whatnot, and the officer's like, yeah, and then he looks back at my little sister and he's like, any fireworks in the car, little girl? And my sister, being young and not lying, she knocks on the wall next to her and she's like, yeah, they're right in here, and totally blows my dad in. And luckily, it's 1988, so luckily things were a bit nicer in our Canadian relations back then, and the guy just winked at my dad and said, have a nice day, sir, and let us through.
Wow. That could not happen today. So yeah.
God, no. At that point, they pull you out of the truck, they rip the truck apart, they strip search.
Oh yeah, no, it's it. Oh yeah, no, it's the whole thing. I know you'd be into that. Maybe that's why you try to slip. Yeah.
Gabe's calling out though. Last year for 4th of July, we actually had a bunch of insiders over here at the house. Usually Denver Fan Expo is the weekend of 4th of July, and we typically recently go camping with a group of friends over 4th of July and have done that for years. And last year was the first year in a long time where we didn't we had a friend who couldn't make it, so we had to push the date. And I was able to throw the first, Denver meetup with Fan Expo. And we had a bunch of insiders like Gabe, who came out and, celebrated the 4th of July with us. We had a barbecue here after Fan Expo that day. My house backs up to the park where they have the fireworks here in Highlands Ranch. So you were able to see them while we were drinking and hanging out. So I had a great time. This year, Fan Expo moved the date to May. Next year goes back to 4th of July weekend. So we will once again be doing that come next year. So that should be pretty cool.
Wow. That's no, that sounds amazing, man. That's No, I love that for you. It sounds like so much fun. And
It
Gabe's awesome for coming out. I miss Gabe. Gabe is good people, and sounds like it was a great time.
Yeah, definitely. Well, speaking of great times, you've done it twice so far. We're about to get the third cruise underway. I'm just wondering, man, do you have any updates on the cruise at this point?
Yeah. So there you go. We got it right there. Roosevelt's Insiders Cruise, November 5th to the 8th. We are running it back on Utopia of the Seas, the third largest cruise ship in the world. And a ton of you have already filled out the form, and a bunch of you have already booked. Believe it or not, at the time of me saying this, we already have over 40 people booked and paid on the cruise. There's already a guaranteed 40 people who are booked and paid. It's not even including myself, who are coming on the ship. There's about 150 of you that filled out the form. So I'm hoping everybody that filled out actually comes on and pays. But we have 40 people booked and paid in less than a week, which is really exciting. And I have been talking with everybody else, and people are, they're going to be paying, whenever it is a good time for them, obviously. But yeah, having 40 people, already having a guaranteed 40 this quick is really nice, and just kind of like puts me at ease. Like, okay, people are coming. Like, it's going to be a good time. And so, yeah, we're running it back, though, at Nassau and Perfect Day Coco Cay on this really amazing ship. And so I hope all of you come. And if you're interested in coming, be sure to go to the event page on the Roosevelt Insiders. Click on Roosevelt Insiders Cruise 2027. And there's a link there. Ron's got it up right now. Fill that link up, and then I will reach back out to you in the coming days with a booking ID and reservation number with instructions on how to pay your deposit. And then you'll be sailing away with the rest of us. We had 175 last year. I am hoping we absolutely crush that, and frankly, we have a lot of time to do so. So I am really looking forward to this. I'm excited, and I think this third year is going to be our best year yet, and I have no doubts about that.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the planner being a little shady. No, I'm kidding.
Of course.
It was great. So yeah, definitely go on the Insiders page, go to the event, click on this, fill this out. John will get some information from you.
I still have a few more people who I need to get back, because it's every day people are filling it out, and I'm doing my best to keep up. I do have a day job. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I do as much as I can. I do it all manually. I have to book every single person manually, and then send out the invoice, and then people reach back out to me and pay the deposit. It's definitely a tedious job. I'm not complaining about it. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it is a little tedious. So, but there's a lot of people who are going to be coming to this, and it's definitely exciting, and I definitely hope to see everybody coming back on it, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm excited for you. We'll keep plugging away. We'll get those numbers up, and I'm sure that. I'm sure it's not going to be very hard to break. And I say that knowing that we had damn near 200 people last year. I think you'll blow that out of the water this year. I know that.
Oh, I think so. Having the reaction that I got, I was hoping to have everybody's invoices sent out on Sunday when I first started taking bookings, and I literally sat outside of my backyard for hours just doing this, and I couldn't do them all, because it was so many people. It's mind-boggling. And then, like I said, we have 40 people already paid coming on the cruise that quick, so it's kind of crazy, and I'm very blessed that everyone takes the time. I know it's a lot of money, and I know it's a lot of time. I know it's a big time commitment, and there's a lot people going to do to come out and be a part of this thing. And so it really warms my heart that everyone who gives this thing a chance comes back, and especially the people who have been on before and they keep coming back. I absolutely love that, and it really means a lot to me. And let's just make this next year the best year yet.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure it's going to happen, and I'm proud of you, and I'm happy for you, and we'll keep it going, because you're right, because of the date move to November for next year. I mean, we've got over a year to plug this and get it all And so it's great for people because they can get signed up now and put together a payment plan and kind of chip away at it for.
Yep, exactly that.
You won't have to be paid until it's 90 days ahead of time or whatever. Like,
Final payments due August 22nd, 2027. So you have literally more than enough time to pay. And yeah, this payment plan's available for everybody. Believe it or not, we have multiple people who just went ahead and paid the whole thing off though immediately. They're like just done. Crazy. People are John Kilcane's, man. He has come the 2 years prior, and he's already booked for next year. He is John, I will say, has always been one of my biggest, probably my biggest. When I first started the first year, John was plugging away at this thing consistently and telling everybody he knew. And I am super grateful for that because he was definitely one of my biggest supporters when I first started this thing. And he still continues to show up and does this thing. And he is absolutely amazing. Danimal, I think so no, actually, no, I do not have your card info, Danimal. No. Side note, I believe I thought I told this to everybody. I do not save anybody's credit card information. I do not have, and even people I took payment for this year, I delete your card information immediately after because I just don't want it. I just don't want it. I don't want there to be any mix up. I don't like handling people's money. I don't like it at all. So
but if Animal wants to put his card info in the chat, I'll make sure it goes. Yeah, well,
yes, of course. But no, Dan, I believe I sent you your invoice yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe I was doing them at midnight this morning as well, so it may have been sometime early. But I'll touch base with you. Message me after the podcast, and I'll touch base with you, and we'll do the deposit. If you're around after this, but yeah, no, like I said, it's crazy. It's really, really, really crazy.
Well, that's awesome, brother. Well, I'm going to pivot back. We're going to go to our top 10 lists that you guys have been doing week after week for the last couple months now. And because there was so much talk today about New York, you being from the city, me being from Western New York, I found a list of the top 10 songs about New York. So I need you to come up with what are the top 10 songs about New York.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna go right out of the gate. New York, New York.
New York, New York is number 2 by Frank Sinatra. That is
okay. Correct. Yep. Yeah, we're doing okay. Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z.
Empire State of Mind is number 1. That is Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. Yes.
Okay, we're gonna do Welcome to New York by Taylor Swift.
Welcome to New York is number 6 on the list for the Swifties.
I'm gonna do Brooklyn We Go Hard by Jay-Z.
That is not on the list.
Okay. All right. Songs about New York.
Well, I'll tell you that one of them, I'm giving you a pretty good hint just by the lower third under my name.
Billy Joel. Okay, yeah, New York State of Mind. Yeah,
Billy Joel, New York State of Mind is number 3. He is my all-time favorite artist, and I definitely am in a New York state of mind, being days away from going home.
He's doing great. I've got to see him at the Garden before. He puts on an amazing show.
I've never seen him there. I've seen him a handful of other times, and you're right. Even at his age, he's amazing live. So. All right, so right now you've got 1, 2, 3, and 6 off the board. So that leaves you 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Oh God, are some of these really obvious?
I mean, it's definitely getting a little harder. I'll tell you that there are 2 by a rap group that is very known for their New York upbringings.
Okay, so something Wu-Tang Clan.
It's actually not Wu-Tang.
Beastie Boys. No Sleep to Brooklyn.
Beastie Boys, yeah. So yes, No Sleep to Brooklyn comes in at number 10, and I'll tell you that they've got one more Beastie Boys song on this list.
Oh, another Beastie Boys song about New York. Oh, is one of the songs not by Beastie Boys, but is it the Go New York, Go New York, Go? Is that on there for the New York Knicks name?
I don't know what that would necessarily be called, so I don't think so. So yeah, so I'll give you the other Beastie Boys one because it's one that I know, but I wouldn't have necessarily put it on this list. But it's called "An Open Letter to New York City" to NYC.
I'm not familiar with that one. No.
That one they've got at number 8.
Okay.
And they get kind of hard from here. I will say the next number 4 is another rapper song, and it's got a name similar to a song that's already been named.
Another rapper song. Okay, older or newer?
It's a little older. So it's it was probably late 90s, early 2000s. The song came on, I would think. I'm not 100%.
Okay.
I know I've heard it. I'm not greatly familiar with it.
Okay. No, nothing by Wu-Tang.
Right. So number 4, there's by Nas. It's another song called New York State of Mind.
Yes. Okay, yes. I am familiar with that. Yeah. Okay, yes.
That was the last one that I was greatly familiar with, and the rest of these I think are going to be a little tougher for you. So at number 9, by Hello, New York Groove. Have you ever heard of that one?
I mean, maybe I've heard the song, but I don't know that one.
Yeah, that one totally went over my head. So number 7 doesn't even have New York in the title. It's by the Velvet Underground. It's called "I'm Waiting for the Man."
Nope, not a clue. Nope, I don't even know what that is. Nope.
Yep. And number 5 is by LCD Sound System. It's called "New York, I Love You, But You're Bringing Me Down."
No, I would have never gotten those in a million years. So,
I pulled that. I got that list, and I was like, oh, I know half of them. I know really well, and the other half, I was like, maybe I'm not a true New Yorker enough. I was hoping maybe you do a little better than I would.
No. I'm disappointed in myself, but no, I'm not familiar with half of those songs. It's crazy.
We'll have to put together our own list of what we think are the essential New York songs.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Get that out to the group. So next week you're back on the clock to give Dustin a top 10. So hopefully you give him a hard one. I hope you make it.
Top 10 sexcapades by Dustin Klingman. While he's away. Yeah, that'll probably be it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that'll be it based on the pictures he's already sent me. It's great because he's the thing is he's done so many sexcapades that it's going to be hard to figure out which are going to be in the top 10 because the guy's done like hundreds. So that's really going to be the issue.
Yeah, it's he might as well put together the top 10 for you because he's got so much experience in it now.
He does, yeah, and this is only based off of and I tell him like stop sending me pictures, but he keeps sending me these crazy. I can't. The whole channel will get taken down if I even try to show you them on here. So yeah, Dan, we gotta give him a hard. Trust me, he has one. He already does. He just doesn't stop. This doesn't stop with the pictures. It's the weirdest thing. We'll see now.
I'm sure he'll have some stories to tell once he gets back from his.
He's gonna have stories, but they're gonna be like, I don't even know if they'll be okay to tell on the podcast. Like that's the craziest part.
Well, we'll move along onto the thing that we are here for, and that's the shirts in the Roosevelt's community. And I mean, to be honest, it's been kind of quiet. They've got, they're in a lull between cons right now, so we haven't had many con drops. We haven't had like a Chaos Wednesday. We haven't had a drop zone this week. We had one the previous week, but nothing going on this week. So really, we've only got 2 drops to talk about this week. And the first one, they billed it as Roosevelt's Retro, and let me pull it up here. And then like once it dropped, then it was actually listed under the Americana. So they called it the Retro Club Roosevelt's Americana. 4 Kunos, and a soccer ball. So we're going hard into the athletic equipment. We had pickleball a week ago. We got soccer balls now. But anything catch your eye in this drop that you had to get?
In the Americana, I'm just gonna pull it up real quick on my end. Okay, yeah, we did Moana and we did. Okay, yeah, this is the American. So I was never a soccer guy. I think it's kind of cool they came up with their own soccer ball, though. I thought that was interesting and something different. I also I like the price tag 2026. I thought that was play. I always like when they just like when they did a week or two ago. They had the 1776 shirts and hats that came out. So I think that's really interesting. This is they're advertising this as a soccer collection. I can't say any of these shirts really, did it for me. I will say the one that did catch my eye though was the Crimson Club, that red one right there. And honestly, it's because I saw that and I said, I'm like, this is something Charlie Sheen would wear in 2.5 Men. That was like just reminded me of one of like his classic bowling shirts.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Charlie would probably wear this because that's a great show. If just the Charlie Sheen years, if you watch like especially like seasons like 1 through 5 or just every episode of that's there. So my mind went immediately there when I saw that shirt. So that would be the winner for me, if any. I'm not a soccer guy like that, but I do appreciate the soccer ball, and Crimson Club I thought was kind of cool. But
and I was trying to figure out, like, with the exception of the soccer ball, like I didn't quite know how it was really a World Cup soccer collection necessarily. They named the green one was called Park Pitch, which I mean that was the one that kind of caught my eye, mostly just because it's green and that's my favorite color, and I don't feel like we get enough really green shirts like this. I like kind of the texturing look on this one. I will say Dustin will probably be driven crazy. This one doesn't have a match pocket like
oh yeah, no, he would
did.
He would hate that.
But I like the green on it. But again, and I've said this before, when it comes to the more plain shirts, like when I'm dropping $70, I don't necessarily feel too attached to them, or having to get them through Roosevelt's per se. I'm sure that there are people who jumped on them, but aside from like the extra small and the Crimson Club, I haven't seen much in the way of sellout on any of them. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything but the extra small for Crimson Club. So widely available, and I would not doubt that this is one that when Black Friday sales come up, you might be able to grab on a.
I agree. Those might be in the next Black Pearl boxes or whatever. But but no, I mean, listen, for anyone who enjoys this, that's awesome. It's great for them. If there's some soccer fans out there that really see this, I just don't think I'm the audience for it. Not bad designs, just not something for me personally.
Well, Daniel, the soccer ball was also added to the rewards items. I hadn't even noticed or heard that. So thanks on the tip on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
But and the soccer ball, like I think it's a cool looking soccer ball. But there are lots of soccer balls that look similar to this with the World Cup going on in the US. And I mean, I know I was even at Five Below the other day with my kids, and they've got US soccer balls there. So I mean, 2026 isn't a bad price on a soccer ball, but I'm here for shirts, not athletic gear. If I'm in the market for a soccer ball, I'm probably going to grab that somewhere else. I think the one thing that I saw and heard somebody say, and I actually think it was Gabe, who said he might grab it so that next con he goes to, he can use it as something to get all the insider signatures on. And that's actually
that's a great idea. I love that. Oh, Gabe's always so good with stuff like that. That's a great idea. I absolutely love that. I hope he does that.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty badass. So, yeah, I did something similar with the plain white baseball T-shirt this year, and it was pretty cool to have a souvenir after the Denver meetup that had everybody who was out at the meetup. I had signatures on, so I'm planning on framing and hanging that up, and so hell of a thought there by Gabe. So. Other than that, it's again still been, we didn't have anything Wednesday, and then we had a drop today, and that was right here. That was the Phineas and Ferb drop. And I don't know about you, Phineas and Ferb is a bit after my time when it comes to watching Disney cartoons and shows and whatnot. My son Xander has watched most of it, and so I've seen the occasional episode here and there. Really, most of my familiarity with it is they had a pretty cool, fun Star Wars crossover event episode. Kind of in the veins of what Family Guy did with Blue Harvest and Robot Chicken did in the day. So having them do that was kind of cool. I was actually kind of hoping maybe we would get a crossover shirt that had Star Wars, since we've got the Star Wars license. But what's your familiarity with Phineas and Ferb? Are you a watcher? Do you know anything about it?
So I do know a little bit about it. Love that Bowling for Soup did the theme song for it. That's part of that is one of the big things I know about it. I've seen a couple episodes here and there, but it was after my time. And plus, I was primarily raised as a Nickelodeon kid, truthfully. But this show definitely came out after my time. Honestly, once my dad introduced me to The Simpsons, all the cartoons after they just kind of it was like I was like, oh, like I don't need to watch this anymore. I came back to it later on, but like as a kid, like once my dad showed me that, I was like, yeah, like I don't watch this anymore. So yeah, I'm familiar with it. I definitely have seen some episodes, but I wasn't raised with it, so I don't have that deep connection to it. But I definitely know I know enough about it. Definitely, this is a big drop. A lot going on here. Happy for the women and youth for getting their size. Always like to shout that out when they get their when they get theirs, because it doesn't happen every drop, and of course we always want to see that. So always happy to see youth and women's shirts coming in.
I was shocked at how big of a drop this was, and I know that there are a lot of
they're popular. It's popular.
It is, but yeah, I mean there's 6 kunus, there's 3 pairs of shorts, so that means 3 tuxes. There's 2 baseball caps. There's the Perry plush hat. Kind of similar to what they did with the Goofy movie drop. We had 2 T-shirts, and all 5 kunus were available in women's and in youth. So it was a huge drop.
Huge drop.
Yeah, and I was impressed for something that I'm not so familiar with. I was impressed that they went hard on this one.
Yeah, they went really hard. I know a lot of people were really excited about the Perry the Platypus hat, and on the surface, I think it's really cool, and I think I'm glad they did it. I think it's fun. For me, I'm just like, when are you wearing that? When I'm not buying that because I don't know a situation where I could wear that. You could argue that you can wear it in the parks, but it's a plush hat. I can't imagine how warm that must be in your head in the Orlando or California sun. So I feel like your head is just going to get all sweaty wearing that. I think it's fun. I think it's fun but I just don't know when you're.
I mean, if I'm getting the Perry tux here, I'm probably going with the dad hat.
Right.
If I need something to go with it, probably not necessarily going with the platypus hat. I think it's funny. I don't think it's quite as funny as the Goofy possum hat, but I'm sure some people bought it, but it definitely did not sell as well as the possum hat sold out like immediately, twice, because they dropped it a second time. Sold pretty fast. Perry is still available from what I'm seeing, but with that in mind, what from the drops stood out to you? Not being a fan, was there anything that you liked, or if you were going to get something, what would that have been from this drop?
So, I mean, I really like the purple one. I like the purple shirt on the Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated shirt, just because I'm a sucker for purple. But if I were to buy one, it is definitely going to be the Summer Shenanigans. That is a very good overall design. It's a tux. and it kind of fits that John shirt vibe. So if I was going to narrow it down to one, it would be Summer Shenanigans. That's the winner.
And
in my
I'm
eyes.
right there with you. If I was going to pick one, it would be, whether it was Phineas and Ferb or not. It actually made me think, like, I hope that they come up with a series of roller coaster shirts, like some of the best coasters in the country or whatever, and do some shirts like that. I want it eventually, just because of that look. I thought that they knocked it out of the park on that. Some of the finer details on it, the cars crashing into the tree here, and the kids under the tree that's on fire. Like, I thought that this was a lot of fun, and was the one shirt, if I was going to get any, I'm right there with you, that this would be it.
That's the one. Yeah, that's a really good design. I'm glad they made that one into a tux. I'd rock that. I'd have no problem rocking that.
Oh yeah, and you're right. Like, if you're gonna do it, you might as well get it as a tux, and the shorts look pretty decent too. And I mean, who doesn't want a roller coaster, going down their crotch? So
yeah, I know, of course. That actually was very similar to one of the pictures that Dustin sent me. I'm glad you brought it up, not me.
I will say though, I like, as somebody who matches hats and all that to my fits, I like how much more frequently we're getting a hat or two with drops, and that making it a one-stop shop for me, so that I don't have to go and grab a hat from another retailer or whatever.
Yeah.
Ryan is telling us that the roller coaster is from the first episode. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's I'll have to go back and check that out.
Definitely.
And then Danimal said, yeah, the Perry, I think Perry t-shirt sold out in 5X or everything
except 5X.
So and that's another one. Crotch rockets from Danimal. That's another, the t-shirts, having two awesome t-shirts. I will say, the first one, I think our boy Dustin would love, because the graphic is actually on the front.
Yes, they did listen to him on that.
So they listen there, just straight black on the back. But the second t-shirt, there you go. This one is one that would drive Dustin crazy, as the graphic is on the back for the most part, and it has the little love handle on the front. So not one that our boy Dustin I think would be grabbing. So
no, he would definitely be complaining about this right now if he was here. He's probably complaining about it right now to the girls he's with in London. Stopping his actions. Like, can you believe this? Look at this. I'm pulling his phone. Like, they didn't listen to me.
But I will say that again, great, huge, giant drop here. I will say I am surprised at some of the things that they haven't done drops of yet. Like, Supergirl comes out this weekend. I thought for sure we would have a Supergirl drop before that movie came out, and not a peep from that. So where are we with the DC drops at this point? Like, are we gonna get any more at some point? I would have liked to have seen a Supergirl drop this week or a week before, so we would have it for the movie.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm sure they have their reasons, and honestly, I'm sure they probably book up these slots, I would imagine a year, in advance, and, who knows the reason why and whatnot. I think they are focusing a lot more on Disney than they are on other companies, but who knows what the reasons is or why for that. Or maybe they didn't think a Supergirl drop would do as well. I mean, who knows? I don't know how there's no telling how the DC shirts have sold, in comparison to other licenses. I think it would have been cool to see one, but you never know the reasons behind this stuff, and maybe. And look, I don't think it's too late. We've seen them release stuff for movies after the fact, after they've come out. People have talked about, how sometimes the timing should be better, but you don't know their reason or madness for it. I'm sure there's a lot that happens behind the scenes that we have no clue about. So, where's the next Nickelodeon drop? I agree.
It has been a while. There for a while. That used to be like an every Saturday thing.
That's correct. Yeah, Saturday morning drops.
Type drop. Yeah.
Listen, I've been saying forever I want a Keenan and Kel drop. That is my show. I would love a Keenan and Kel drop. I don't know if everybody agrees with me on that. But I would want either Keenan and Kel or another one that I think is just a little too obscure that I just don't know if everybody would be on board for is Kablam. I don't know if you remember Kablam at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think guys, I think a Kablam shirt would be with all the skits and whatnot, Henry and June. That would be very nostalgic for me.
Well, I'd like to see. They had the Legends of the Hidden Temple. They had a couple for that. They had the Aggro Crag from Guts that I don't even think was necessarily like it looked like the trophy from the Guts show, but I don't even think that was technically a back in the day. I don't think that was technically a Nickelodeon drop. I think they were just kind of riffing off of that. I would love to see some sort of double dare obstacle course, kind of all the different double dare obstacles or just the slime kind of all over kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, that'd be fun.
Would be fun. So and then in the group we'll give another shout out to my boy Xander, who thinks that we need a new Batman drop.
Sure, would love to see that.
Yeah. Well, buddy, we're kind of getting down to it. We're hitting that hour mark, and they didn't give us much extra this week to dive into. I was really hoping right before the show we'd get a drop zone. I know a lot of people were excited about the ones for the 4th of July stuff. To be honest, I was surprised. We've gotten some really big Americana drops over the years prior to 4th of July. I thought this year, they had some, but they weren't big, and I didn't think that they popped quite as much as they had in years past. So I was kind of expecting maybe we'd have something else kind of last minute, and we didn't get that. So another point this weekend.
You never know. I mean, it's still a little, it's still early. We can do, we can still see a drop zone tonight. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. So, but I'm hoping we get some more to it. I'm hoping the America 250 shirts from the Philly party come in on time for the 4th of July. The ones that they were supposed to hand out there that everyone fill out a form. I'm hoping those come in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I totally forgot that people still had not yet received that. And yeah, I mean with the 4th of
July. Yeah,
no,
nobody's gotten that weekend, yet. So I'm hoping those come in time for the 4th of July. That would be nice.
I know that I the drop zone from a couple weeks ago with the kind of floral, red, white, and blue floral. I know that started to pop up for people. I don't know that I've even seen, there was the secret shirt that popped up last week. I don't know that I've seen anybody with that in hand yet. I don't know. Yeah. So again, fingers crossed that those start making it before the big day and week. It's hard to believe that it's going to be July next week, right? Like hard to believe that we're already.
We're here. It's crazy.
I've already started to see some countdowns to Christmas, and I'm like, I'm not ready for that yet.
Oh dear goodness gracious! No, I can't. No, not yet.
The Animal's calling for a 626 secret drop tomorrow because it's day. That would be fun.
That could happen. That wouldn't shock me.
Yeah,
that wouldn't shock me. It's a Friday. I think we'll see something. I think I wouldn't call that out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah. So, well, big thanks to everybody joining us in the chat and such a great group tonight. So everybody, thanks for.
Yeah, it's definitely a large group tonight. Thank you guys.
It was, I mean, I couldn't even keep up with it at times. So everybody that was posting and chatting in there, thank you so much for your time and for joining in. It's always fun to have you guys interacting. And then we were talking about some surprises, John. So, first of all, thanks for having me. I don't want to give my seat up for next week, but Dustin's supposed to be back, so we'll see. But the good thing is for next week, I'm going to be out there in New York, and it might be a little ways of a hike for me, but I'm thinking maybe I surprise you and pop in. So I need to know, dude, what's your address?
Oh yeah, so yeah.